going through 10 more of the absolute best kits that you need to start using in Roblox Bedwars. Also, subscribe. Now, for the first one, guys, we have the Koco Wolf kit. This kit is absolutely insane for solos, duels, and the 1v1 game mode. Basically, if you don't know what the Koco Wolf kit does, you get a speed buff, damage increase, and knockback increase when someone breaks your bed. It is super overpowered. Not to mention that the ability basically lasts the entire game. It lasts 7 whole minutes, which basically means that you have 7 minutes to win the game with those insane buffs. This kit is honestly such an underrated kit, and with all of the buffs it's been getting recently, it is definitely one of the best kits in the game, especially if you're playing by yourself. The only real downside to this kit is that you are you actually run faster than you place blocks. So you do need to slow down a little bit when bridging, because you will accidentally walk off the bridge. And for the next kit, guys, we're going to be talking about the Fortuna kit. This kit honestly is kind of like the Ember and the Lumen kit, because it actually just upgrades the diamond sword. But honestly, I think with the recent Freya buff that this is honestly much better. If you don't know what the Freya kit does, basically it replaces the diamond sword with the ice sword, and it slows your opponents down, kind of similar to a gloop. It basically just combines the gloop item and the diamond sword into like one big, massive, insane, overpowered weapon. This sword ticks all the boxes for getting insane combos, and honestly, if you guys just want to catch like really insane combos on your enemies, I would strongly recommend trying out this kit. Since it does give the ice sword ability, you can actually use it to run away from opponents as well, as long as you have your ability charged up. And you don't even really need the ice sword to use the ability. It does apply to all of the weapons. I just think it's such an overpowered kit, especially to use in like any game mode, and I would honestly recommend trying it out. And for the next kit, guys, we have the Uzi kit. I did really want to put the Uzi kit somewhere on this list, purely because as of recent, I've been really enjoying using this kit. This kit is super fun to use, purely because it's actually really good at collecting resources. It's actually pretty similar to the electric kit, which I covered in the last best kits video I did, and it's really good at collecting resources and rushing enemies. I love to use this kit to collect diamonds for my teammates, purely because it's really good at just rushing really quickly. You also end up saving a ton of blocks, and the only real disadvantage to using this kit is that the swords are slightly more expensive, but other than that, it's still a really good kit. Anyways, for the next kit on this list, guys, we have the Baker kit. I bet you weren't expecting this kit to be on this list, but the Baker kit is actually secretly one of the most overpowered kits in the game. The Baker kit does a whole heap of things. It's honestly a perfect team kit, because it gives you healing apples, golden apples, and speed pies. It's sort of a jack of all trades, and sort of just applies every single kit ability into one kit, and it's just a really solid team kit. The only real downside to using the Baker kit is everything is quite expensive, but with late game, you're just going to absolutely dominate. The Baker kit actually has a few different items. So it has the healing apples, it has the speed pie, and it has the golden apple. The golden apple is just a much better healing apple, and the healing apple is pretty cheap. I think it's only like 30 iron or something like that, and it's really easy to use. All you gotta do is just consume it and you heal instantly. Anyways, if you guys are wondering how you guys can get some of these kits for yourself without actually having to spend any Robux, let me guys tell you a little secret. I'm giving my subscribers who are early to my videos a free kit for themselves. So if you're early to this video and my next video, comment your username down below, subscribe, and like the video, and I might slide you guys a kit. Anyways, on with the video. Anyways, for the next kit on this list, we have the Pirate Davy kit. Honestly, this would be number 1 on this list if it just wasn't so difficult to use. The skill ceiling for this kit is insane. You have to be the absolute best player if you are using this kit. Whenever I see a level 30 Pirate Davy in my lobby, I am always really scared, because they could be one of the best players in the game. No one is using the Pirate Davy kit unless they have absolutely absolutely amazing game sense. It takes so much skill to use this kit, and even me as a pretty decent player really struggled to actually get the hang of this kit. I needed to play at least 50 games just to get the hang of all the maps and how the kit works. If you don't know what the Pirate Davy kit does, basically the main feature of the kit and what everyone uses the kit for is you get a cannon and you can launch yourself in the cannon to traverse the map. It's sort of just like a teleport on a 50 iron budget, and you could just reuse it an infinite amount of times. Honestly, what this kit really needs is some sort of trajectory so you can actually see where you're going, which is the only real downside. You have no idea where the cannon is going to go. You just have to sort of make a prediction and just hope that you're right. But yeah, this kit is only really good unless you are absolutely insane at using it. But besides that, it's a mediocre kit, especially if you keep falling into the void. And for the next kit, guys, I'm going to be talking about the Fortuna kit yet again. Since this list is in order, I do want to mention the Fortuna kit as being one of the best kits in the game. And even though it did go through many nerfs, which is why it isn't number one on this list anymore, it's still a pretty decent kit. The Fortuna kit really lacks early game now, and now that it takes so much damage to actually level up your cards, unless you're dealing a crap ton of damage, this kit isn't that great. You really want to be dealing consistent and high amounts of damage, maybe even spawn killing a few of your enemies so you can actually get your card upgrades. And because this kit is fairly RNG, you have to really get lucky with your cards or your kit is just absolutely gonna bottleneck your gameplay. This kit used to be one of the best kits in the games, but now it's gone through so many nerfs that it is almost useless, but not quite. It's still actually pretty good. So if you do have the battle pass for this season, I would recommend grinding until you get the Fortuna kit because it is still a pretty decent kit. Anyways, for the next kit, I bet you guys weren't expecting the Archer kit to be on this list. Honestly, this is one of the more OG kits, and my gosh, is it absolutely insane. May I add that the Tactical Headhunter is the absolute best weapon in the game. If you guys didn't know, the Archer kit has a archery increase, which basically just makes any projectile weapon get an extra damage buff. And not only that, the Tactical Headhunter does more damage than the regular Headhunter, which just makes it the most absolutely broken kit in the game if you do manage to play late game and get the Headhunter. Even just the regular tactical crossbow is honestly so good. It kind of competes with the regular Headhunter, but the only thing it's lacking is the headshot damage. You can actually one-shot a person with leather armor with the Tactical Headhunter if you do get a headshot on them, which is why I've put it so high on this list. And when I tried this kit out for the first time in ages, I was absolutely demolishing everyone. I don't think I died a single time when I was using the bow. I had leather armor and I was destroying people with diamond armor. It was absolutely insane. Anyways, for the next kit on this list, I really did have to mention this kit. The Axolotl Amy, my gosh, is just such a good kit. I cannot name a single thing bad about the Axolotl Amy kit, especially as of recently. I actually did a video where I used the Axolotl Amy kit in a solos game, and I managed to outgear all of my enemies in the first like 1 minute of the game because I had just rushed mid and got max Axolotl Amy. If you get the regen Axolotl really early on, you are just gonna absolutely destroy everyone because it's honestly such a good healing alternative that it just makes it worth mentioning on this list. Another thing I really like about the Axolotl Amy kit as well is that the Axolotls can also transfer over to your teammates, giving them the exact same buffs. It's really easy to actually just get max Axolotl Amy. I think you only realistically need like 10 emeralds and like 70 iron or something like that. It is really cheap. So as long as you can get max Axolotl really early on, it is a really good kit. Anyways, for the next kit on this list, I'm going to be talking about the Zeno Wizard kit. I remember I kept saying Enzo Wizard kit. It's actually Zeno Wizard kit. But yeah, the Wizard kit is honestly such a good solos kit. In my opinion, it is actually the best solos kit in the game right now. This kit is stupidly overpowered, especially for early game. You can get your opponents from 150 HP to 80 HP just by using the Wizard's Zap Staff. It is so overpowered for early game. And that is exactly why I've put it on this list as one of the best kits in the game. Since this kit hasn't really gone through any nerfs since it came out, it's just honestly just so good.